I recently spoke on an AI panel about building a successful career in the age of AI. Now, this was more focused towards individuals themselves, but what I want to do here is I want to flip it on its head and focus more on the business aspect of it. After we do a successful implementation, what should we expect out of our existing teams? And how can we continuously support our teams in order to grow? Now, to answer this, let's actually first dive into the data on this topic. In BCG's 2025 AI at Work report, they surveyed 10,000 employees across the world, and they found that 72% of employees were using AI regularly. Now, AI deployments vary. A lot of them are just simple Copilot implementations, or maybe it's a custom GenAI search, scaled across an enterprise. 50% are saying that companies are actually implementing end-to-end workflows now, and 22% of them are reimagining the whole business model. And so across all these implementations, what is the overall impact? What have we seen so far? Now, 47% of employees are saying that they're saving more than an hour a day with these AI tools. And this newfound time is being used to obviously improve their productivity, to do more tasks. They're able to finish work earlier and then also at higher quality. They can also spend more time on strategic tasks, but there's a bunch of other here that I'll flash on screen. Now, that's all interesting data, but how are these deployments actually impacting people, and how can we best support them? Now, AI automation is very different because we are seeing that tasks are either getting improved more quickly or the roles are changing on the individual level. So one way to think about this is augmentation versus automation. And in augmentation, the AI is essentially your co-pilot. So at your job, you need to go deeper in your skills in the same role. Where automation is when a big chunk of your role is handed over to an AI, and you pivot to an oversight of this automation or a different role entirely. And according to the World Economic Forum, we are expected to see this shift in augmented and automated tasks increase over time. But across the board, and this is obvious, there are fears about AI implementation. And employees that are in the companies that are reshaping whole workflows are feeling the most amount of fear. That is up 12% compared to the tooling counterparts. And I can echo this. See, I've launched AI products across all three of the categories, and the workflows are the ones that I see have the most impact on teams. And the question is really, after we've completed an implementation, how do we support teams going forward? Now, you definitely heard online people saying that, you're not going to lose your job, rather you'll lose your job to somebody who can utilize AI tools. And this is generally true, but the data shows that 36% of people feel like they're adequately trained with AI. Now, I've personally done this, and then BCG also recommends this as well. You should be providing training. See, just 5 hours of training can already boost use by 19%. Now, I recommend doing this in person. I actually only do my trainings in person, to be honest, but we do see a higher lift there, and then also for coaches, we see a higher lift with coaches as well. Now, we also need to make sure that we are providing access to the right tools. See, at the end of the day, people are going to use whatever AI tools they want to, and the data shows that 54% of employees are just going to go use their tools even if it's not authorized. And yes, there's a shadow AI security risk here, but what we really need to do is us as integrators and implementing AI into these companies, we need to make sure that we are buying or building the right tools, and also that they're adapting with our employees as well. And lastly, and most importantly, in my opinion, is strong leadership support. See, only 25% of frontline employees feel the leadership support, and that's obviously going to be killing adoption. And when leadership is engaged and really cares about their workforce, then adoption with these AI tools are definitely going to improve and increase. And if you implement this effectively, right, so do all of these three things, the workforce will change. You will see employees are now saving more time on tasks. They'll also be shifting more towards strategic goals. And then also across the board, the company will be making better decisions thanks to AI. Now, lastly, everyone is talking about AI agents, but where does that fit into this whole picture? See, the reality of the situation is that agents are still very early, with only 13% of employees saying that their company is actually using them in the workflows. And 56% of them are saying that they're still experimenting. Now, I've ran multiple AI agent use cases in large companies at this point, but the concerns are very typical, right? So lack of human oversight, we obviously still need oversight. There is unclear accountability, so if an agent does something wrong, who is at fault? And there's also just risks and biases associated with implementing agents. Now, with agents and workflows, what I typically see here is the person either continues on the same path as just doing what they were doing before, but more efficiently, or they move up faster into an oversight role, where they're overseeing the AI outputs. But obviously the overarching thing here is, one, we need to make sure that when we do implement an AI, we need to upskill our teams a lot faster. We need to make sure that we provide employees the right tools, and we need to make sure that we have strategic leadership alignment to ensure that we're implementing the adoption correctly and also reskilling teams effectively in the broader term of the organization.